Welcome to the Mastering the Mind podcast. Today we welcome Belgian professional table tennis player Laurens Devos to the podcast. At the age of 21, Laurens is a double Paralympic gold medalist.
At the Rio 2016 Paralympics, he was crowned the youngest male Paralympic table tennis player to ever win a Paralympic title at the age of 16. Some of Laurens' achievements have been winning gold at the 2019, 2017 and 2015 European Championships, winning gold at the 2018 World Championships. Outside of sport, Laurens is studying a degree at the UCLL in Belgium. So let's welcome Laurens to the podcast.
Yeah. That's not true, but
No, it's true. It's not true.
But you was also in Belgium before, yeah?
Yeah, so I'm currently now in Belgium technically, but I moved to the UK to do my studies. But yeah, so I don't speak very good Dutch, like I was saying yesterday. But I did live 1 year in Genk.
In Genk, yeah.
So I do have a bit of the culture, of the Dutch culture in me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But not so much. I see.
No.
I was training.
Training was good. I practiced till 6 o'clock, and also in the morning I did the practice, so it was good.
What's your schedule like at the moment in terms of training? And
at the moment, in the whole week, you mean, or?
Yeah, just like, a normal week.
Yeah, like normally I start the day with training, like 2 hours, 2 hours 30, and then after this training I go to school. Normally, it depends. Also the days. Some days I have no school, some days yes. But most of the time I go to school. Then when I finish school, I come back home and I prepare myself for my second practice in the afternoon. And then when I come back home, I cook. Then or I make some fitness or some physically. And after that, I try to study. So it's a busy day.
Yeah. Okay, so you talk about school, you talk about training. The great place we like to start, and for listeners to get to know you, is talk us through your journey today. So who is Laurens Devos?
So Laurens Devos. So I'm Laurens Devos. I play table tennis since I was 6 years old. I also play in the with the able bodies also in Paralympic. I try to combine both competitions. So I started playing when I was 6 years old, and then when I was 12 years old, I went to the topsport school in Leuven till I was 18, and
Nice. And did they kind of support you with your with the sport? So the school, I think I read somewhere the school is designed so that you can combine both the sport, like high level sport and studies. How helpful was that for you?
Yeah, exactly. So the school, they accept that I can take like the half of the credits, you know. So, but it means like normally one bachelor, it's like 3 years. So I have to do it in 6 years. So I'm really thankful to the school also that they accept this. Because otherwise, if I have to take the full package, the combination with sport, with your sport and your study, it will not be possible at all, actually. So
Going back to starting your table tennis career, obviously at the age of 6, how did you get into it? Were there any inspirations that got you into it? How did it happen?
Yeah. So in the beginning, I did like horse riding because the doctor said like it was good for my muscles, the heat of the horse. And then after, when I was 6 years old, my brothers, they started to play. They played badminton before, and then they played table tennis. And I also wanted to try to play table tennis. So one day I went with them to one club. Then I started to play with them also in the house, in our living room, on the table. And then, I never got out anymore, and I keep playing. And till the day of today.
When did you realize you was good at it?
When you realize, I don't know, when I was like 10 years old, 11 years old, I started to win like the Belgian championships in my age, in the youth. So I think that was the moment that they also know me, you know, they see you, because I had one disability, and they never saw me or anything. And then when you become Belgian champion, then they look at you. And then I was happy that when I was 12 years old, I could go to the National Center of Table Tennis here in Belgium.
Okay. For the listeners, what is your disability, if you could explain it to them?
My disability is like hemiplegic. I don't know the English word actually. But it's like...
That's correct,
Yeah?
That's good, yeah.
Okay. It's like I have like less power, also less stability in my right side. Okay. Also, I have this spasm also in the muscles. So it's important that I I train every day also like muscles stabilization, because for example, if I don't do 1 week or 2 weeks nothing, it gets so fast worse actually. So I always have to keep up my body, my strength, to have the less yeah, I don't know how to say, the less effect of it, you know, like
That's probably why your training schedule is so busy.
Yeah, I was about to
yeah.
say.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good that my schedule is busy for this, you know, and
Yeah.
So you didn't continue with horse riding, no?
you know, no, I didn't continue. I stopped after that. I never sat back on the horse actually, because now I'm scared, you know,
Yeah.
now to be on one horse, you know. But yeah, I think it's also expensive, you know, like all the
Yes.
time this horse riding, and I think my parents also were happy that I played table tennis afterwards, you know.
Yeah,
And,
it's definitely less equipment to buy and to, you know, maintain. But mate, horse riding, I've always hated the horses.
yeah.
I'm scared of them. They're so impressive. Like, you know what I mean? They're so powerful. Like those animals are.
Yeah, I know. And you can never, I never know them, you know, they can react. I don't
Exactly.
know.
Yeah,
They can be angry one time and you fall off, and I don't know.
yeah, it's crazy. Like people have really strong links with them. I feel like you could only do that with like a dog, you know, like having that strong link. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's really
exactly.
strange. But
Exactly. But
so
yeah, I think it's like, yeah, if you're all day, you know, with your horse, maybe you have this connection, you know.
yeah, I don't get it. So obviously you progress so quickly, like throughout your younger years. So at the age of 14, you're already playing internationally. You were winning major European championships. So what was that like as a young boy, young lad? Like what was that like being so good at that age?
Yeah, it was unbelievable because yeah, at the age of 12, I went to the Tospo school, and in the beginning they didn't want to accept me because I had one disability, and they said always to me that I can never reach a high level, you know, because of my disability. People will play on this, and yeah, I will be never be higher than a certain level. And then yeah, when I was 14, 15 years old, we started to win like, you know, also European championships, you know, and this kind of thing. So we started to make results, and I think also for them they saw like, oh, okay, he can make results, you know. And but in the beginning, no one believed that I can reach a certain level, and this was also mentally really hard for me in the beginning. That my mom told me then that they say like, yeah, they don't want to accept you, but you are number one of Belgium at your age, so they want to give it a try, but you will never reach a high level. And yeah.
Did you enjoy that challenge of people telling you that you couldn't do something, and then you went on to prove them wrong?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think that's also a kind of a motivation I had to work every day hard, you know, to prove against these guys who said that I can never reach a good level, that I can reach a good level. Because I think everyone can reach a good level if they really want to, and if they really work hard to achieve their dreams. And yeah, I think to say before that you can never reach a high level, I think it's not nice to say actually. And but this, maybe without this, you know, I was also not now Paralympic champion, you know. So it really motivated me to work every day to prove that I can reach this. Yeah.
How did the people around you, so like your parents and your coaches, how did they kind of manage your kind of development? Because obviously being 14, 15 are really important ages as a, you know, athlete. How was that, you know, how did they manage your development?
Yeah, I think yeah, I must be really thankful to my mom also, because if you're a young age, you know, you cannot drive to everywhere to tournaments or to practice, you know, because you're too young, you know. And I'm really thankful to them that they always bring me to tournaments to practice, you know. And because if you don't have the support of your parents at a young age, then it will be hard to reach a high level, because you cannot go to places on your own. You really need that support, and I think I was really lucky that I got it from my parents also. And yeah, and then after that you need the right coach also, you know, at that time, because I think, like you said, if you are this age, 14 years old, it's really crucial, you know. It's like in the middle of your development, everything can happen. Also, yeah, your motivation to keep on practicing. And yeah, but I was lucky with the surroundings, I would say, that I had. Yeah. So.
Just going back to those people who told you couldn't achieve that, did you have any doubts in your mind when they told you that you wouldn't go on to achieve things? Did you doubt yourself, or was you always focused on that I can achieve this?
Yeah, in the beginning it was really not nice to hear, because I was 12 years old, and it was the decision if I can go to the Tospo school, and it was really important for me that I could go. And yeah, if they say these things, it's also not nice to hear, because you think, maybe they are right, I cannot reach maybe high level because they will play on my disability or my handicap. But yeah, at some way I turned it around, and yeah, I work every day to prove them that I could achieve this. Yeah.
Obviously, you rose to success really quickly, so at a very young age. So what was it like knowing that you were going to compete in your first Paralympics? How did you feel?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. And also I was 16 years old, so I was really young, and I just rolled in the competition of para table tennis in 2015, I think. So it was really, 1 year and a half I was playing in this competition. And then, if you go then to the Paralympic Games, it's so fast, it was unbelievable. And also, to be there as 16 years old between all those top athletes, it's also just a really nice experience. Yeah.
Did you feel kind of nervous before going? Because it's quite a big event, or?
Yeah, no, not at all, actually. Because I was 16 years old, my first Paralympic Games, and I just went there to just enjoy and just play my table tennis without any expectations, So I just went there to play and enjoy. And I think for every athlete, it's also the best way you can you play the best when you have no pressure. Also, so I really played good there. And then, I won the gold medal, so I was really happy.
This is a common theme, like across all our guests, that they just don't feel pressure. And I think this is the reason why I didn't make it professionally, because I just struggle with pressure so much. So credit to you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but okay, in Tokyo it was the opposite, Then I had so much pressure, so I can feel you there. But
What was it like winning gold then? What was that, going back to your family? How was them feelings?
Yeah, unbelievable, because no one expected me also, it's like everyone was surprised. And then suddenly, okay, at the moment itself you don't realize what you have done. I was also 16 years old, so you're not really thinking about it. But then after, then you start to realize, like, I came back home, my street, they make one party, like they changed all the street, and it was really nice to come back home. And I was like, whoa, everyone followed also from here, so it was really like big competition, and it was amazing to win the gold medal then.
It's so funny because I was looking at footage of you competing, and you were so like small, like you looked like a kid, what I'm saying? And then you're playing against full-grown adults, and it must be a weird dynamic, like for the adult, like, what I mean? Like, you're really the underdog in that situation, but it's not at all the case. Like, you're as good as them. You can prove to them that you're the best. It's really interesting.
Yeah, that's true, because they were all older. I think I was the youngest.
You were.
I was the youngest. So maybe they also felt a little pressure. Maybe that if they have to play against me, like, they don't want to lose maybe against the kid. Yeah, maybe they had more pressure. I don't know, and I play without pressure.
Exactly, nothing to lose.
No, really nothing to lose, and really this helped me a lot in Rio. For sure.
And during that first Paralympics, did you learn anything specific? Were you able to like observe your competitors and take anything from them on like maybe how to best prepare before competition, or not really? Or did you just enjoy the moment?
No, I tried to make together with my coach, like before we analyzed every athlete, actually, we watched videos on YouTube. And then we just wrote on one paper the weakness, the strongest, what they like to do, these kind of things. But it's just black and white, it's like nothing really, but it's like you have an idea. For example, this guy make always this, and then okay, before the match you just take the paper, you just read a little bit. So you make this. So but okay, it's like black and white, so everything can change. But then you have a small idea how it was to play against them, like this.
In terms of your playing style, we've had a previous table tennis player on, and he explained to his style. He's quite an aggressive player, likes to get in the mind of the opposition. If you was to describe your playing style, what would that be like?
Also aggressive playing style.
Okay.
Yeah, I think same like him. I think it was Jack.
Jack.
Yeah. No, also aggressive play style, and yeah, I like to play like close to table, like this fast game. This I like the most. Yeah.
Are you ever saying anything to the opposition? Because he did that quite a bit.
What?
Do you ever say anything to the opposition?
Like before the game, like
Or
to
even
the competitor, to the opponent? Do you say anything before the match? Like
Before the match, no. Actually, it depends. Sometimes I say like, yeah, but I have this superstitious, or how you say this, like that you think you always do this before the match and you win, you know. So
Superstition.
I always say in myself like good luck, you know, in myself to them, you know, and then I move always like left and right, you know. So if you see my matches and you see before every match I move like left right, it's like I always make before every match. And but really to say good luck loud, I often make, I don't know, before match.
Because Jack was saying that he likes to control the warm-ups, so he decides when to move on to the next strokes and stuff like that. So do you kind of have that in you, or do you just?
No, I just play, and I just feel like for myself when it's enough. Yeah, if I feel it's enough, then okay, we can change. But I always ask also for the other one, like when to change, you know, because I don't want to change immediately. If you don't want, then I don't want to have this. Yeah, not fight, but this.
You're a nicer guy then. That's what we'll remember.
No. This I don't say. Jack also really nice guy, but at these things I also like that the opponent is really warm up good.
And you were saying that you always have these like little routines, don't you? So I've watched loads of videos, and you go to the net on the right side quite a lot, and you touch. Like, tell us more about that. Do you need to do that during your performance to kind of feel calm and reassured, or?
Yeah, exactly. So because now with Corona, we were not allowed to do this, you know, and I felt really uncomfortable because I couldn't, wave my hand on the table, and I was like, what I have to do now? Then I'm standing there like awkward, you know, and I just do this, like, then you walk, you concentrate, you make this, you're doing something, you know, instead of just staying there waiting till the opponent is back from picking up the ball. And then you just make your hand on table. Most of the time your hand is also a little bit wet, so in your racket is also a little bit slippery. So that's why also I make this. So but it was really strange not doing it.
You're also very vocal, so I've seen you like kind of talk to yourself, during your games. Tell us, like, what are you saying to yourself, like in between points and stuff like that?
It depends. Okay, if you win a point, you scream like "Cho," or you encourage yourself. And okay, if you lose points, sometimes you can say like, "Oh, Lau, what you do." But most of the time, sometimes I get pissed. Like I know that I cannot miss this ball, and I miss this ball, and then you scream. But sometimes I also say to myself like, "Okay, Lawrence, focus, play your game." But this I most of the time say in myself, Because, for example, in Rio, for example, in the final, I started the final and I played the first two points, and I played like not the way that I should play. And then I said like, Lawrence, play your game, because otherwise it will not go good, And then I started to play my game, and it was better.
Yeah, we should reset. Okay, so you went on to compete at the Tokyo Paralympics recently, and you also won gold. So tell us more about that, winning back-to-back.
Yeah, well, it was really hard. I could say like all the competition from the group matches till the final, every match was really hard, and I was so nervous. I make one preparation in Sweden 4 weeks ago. Then we went to Tokyo. I was not so nervous, but the moment we start the first match in group, I was so shaking, like so nervous, because it all depends on one match. If you play one match shit or bad, then it could be over, And then I think too much that I really wanted to defend my title, I think, and that was the problem. So then I went to the semi-final. Then I won this match 3-2, like in the decider game, very close. And then when I was in the final, I told myself, Killans, you're now in the final, or it's gold or it's silver, but you already did what you have to do, so just enjoy and play. So I could put more pressure off me, and I played a lot better in the final also. And then to win the gold medal, it's, I don't know, with all this pressure from the matches before and everything, and also I'm now 21, you realize it also more. It was really just more intense than the gold medal in Rio, I would say. Just also intense, but this one was really more intense. So,
was this your preferred like gold medal out of the two, or was the first one your favorite one?
I think both. I think
You can't pick.
for sure I'm happy for both. But I think in Tokyo I had more this this pressure.
Yeah.
Also I realized it more also because at 16 years old you win gold medal, you really don't think really about it. But now, you start to think like, okay, it's Paralympic Games. It's every athlete's dream to be one day in Olympic or Paralympic Games, and for sure to win the gold medal. And then if you win this gold medal, it's amazing feeling.
Being so young, I mean, you must be on to set some records, achieving goals at like back-to-back Olympics, and then obviously you've got so many more like coming to happen. Do you know what the record is?
I actually don't know what the record is now. Do you know it?
No. You need to get your eyes on that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think every year it will be harder and harder because, for example, I have everything to lose, and the others who play against me, they have nothing to lose. And I think I have really more pressure than them. They play without pressure, and they also practice every day to win the gold medal because everyone wants to be the best. So every year it will be more harder to defend my title, definitely. Yeah.
It seems like when you go back to enjoying the sport and you get that in your head that you're here to just enjoy the competition, that's when you get back to playing your best. So if you could really try and focus on that when you go to these games, then I think you'd be more than capable of just going back to back.
Yeah, exactly. But you must enjoy. This is the thing, and you must put in your, like you say, like enjoy. But if you really want to defend your title, it's hard to enjoy, because you work every day. Yeah, you work every day hard. You practice to defend, and if you don't achieve, you're like, why I'm practicing every day if I cannot achieve? It's for the head. It's also not easy. I don't know.
You've also got that experience that other athletes don't have, so that's also something in your corner, So that's one positive to take away from it. You've won 2 golds. No, that's rare for someone that you're gonna play against who's actually achieved that. So you've got that experience. You know what it's like being in those finals. So don't forget that also. That's a massive advantage.
Yeah, that's true 100%. What you say. Yeah.
Don't just think of the advantages that they've got. Think of the advantages that you've got as well. And then that puts your mindset above theirs.
So true.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. I will think about it like in Paris. Then.
Do you have like this pre-match routine? So we talked about this kind of routine you have whilst you're playing. Do you have anything you do like mentally before competing, before stepping on the court?
Mentally not so special. I just try to be like around, I don't know, 1 hour 30, 2 hours before the match in the hall, and then I make my warming up. Then I prepare myself, and then 30 minutes, 40 minutes before the match, I stop playing, and then I just prepare myself for the match. Actually, I just sit down, and then 10 minutes before the match, I start to warm up a little bit again, and then I'm ready for the match. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Very chilled.
Yeah.
Something I've started asking all our guests is, what psychological qualities do you feel make a successful table tennis player? So why have you become so successful, do you think?
Well,
mentally,
I think to never give up, actually, because I have some in table tennis, for example, you have many times that you have like, I don't know, like 8-0 down or 7-1, like a lot of difference between the points. And I think to keep fighting, sometimes you still those sets from the opponent, actually, and this could change the match, and I think this was one thing I got from the beginning that I started playing, that I never give 1 point away. So I think this is my strength. Yeah.
That kind of mentality of like never giving up, where did you get that from? Is it from your family, maybe your brother, or?
Good question, actually. I don't know. Okay, I think in a family for sure it's inside, because we are all sportsmen and we all want to be the best. So I think for sure inside the family also, but in someone special, I think I don't know from who I could get it.
It's a gift.
Gift,
you were born with a gift. Yeah.
Maybe you just developed it throughout your journey. Like obviously being told that you can't do things, like you develop that never give up attitude. Obviously, having such a busy routine, are there any other qualities that allow you to stay focused, stay motivated to keep training?
Yeah, okay. Sometimes for sure you must be out of your sport also. Like because if you, for example, like I said, I practice school practice. Sometimes you also have to do something else, like I don't know, go out with friends or go to the park, do something else, or play some games. Like to change your mindset. Because if you stay in this combination of only sport and studies, I think one day you will get so sick of it that you don't want to practice again. And I think when you combine these things, like play games sometimes, I think you still have the motivation to work again afterwards. And yeah.
What are your favorite things to do away from table tennis?
I like to play games actually.
Which ones?
Now I'm playing Apex Legends, Rocket League.
Oh, okay.
I play.
Yeah.
Rocket League I play, and Horizon now I start to play.
Okay.
Horizon.
We're both gamers. We game a lot. Yeah. We just hopped on Apex lately. I'm still playing, but Oliver gave up a bit. I'm not sure what that's about, but
but we must play them on that.
Let's squad up. Now we're on FIFA.
FIFA you play.
Yeah. Pro clubs.
I played before, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm more of rather than Apex, I'm more of a COD player, like a Warzone player. I just
Warzone you play. I also play, but I don't like it.
Really
it's too difficult
really
now.
No.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's so
There's
hard.
Too many hackers.
Hackers
also. Yeah, in these Call of Duty games. Yeah.
Is that how you switch off them?
Yeah. But you are always one tap. If you don't see one guy, you're dead immediately. Yeah. So you loot. You have good loot, and then suddenly you're dead. I don't know.
Do you have a PC or console?
I had before gaming PC, but now I have PS5. I play on.
Okay, yeah. That's our dream, to have a PC, because it seems to be a massive advantage nowadays, like to have
mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, it's so easy, like the movement, the aim, the FPS, everything. But yeah,
if you go back to our
PC or PS?
PS4.
Yeah, PS4.
PS4. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
If you go back to our OG videos, like back in the day, we were doing Rocket League podcasts. So
really?
We'd talk about sports psychology, but whilst we were playing Rocket League, because we used to play that till like the early hours in the morning, just chatting away. And we thought, why not bit innovative and record a podcast?
Yeah, and for sure with Rocket League, because everyone gets so pissed, in the game. I don't know if you know, but
yeah. It gets toxic as well.
Yeah, but so toxic, everyone.
We're kind of those toxic players now.
Yeah, I was also one of them, I think.
We turned into different people.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a so nice game, Rocket League. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so nice that like gaming is very nice to just disconnect from the real world, and I think it's important sometimes. Like people have different activities, like music or watching films, series. I think gaming is as good. So
yeah, it's true. Because I also hear like from table tennis players, they are like top 50 in the world. They also play like so much, this Counter-Strike and this kind of games. And I didn't expect, I also was thinking they just practice, they really professional, but they also play so much games, and
it's kind of saved us, like myself and Oliver, throughout our masters, because we were grinding so much. Like this year, we had so much work to do, and having that kind of like safe space to kind of disconnect is really important. So it's really interesting to see that you need it also. You love your sport, but you need that time to disconnect, and it's super important because you can so easily burn out, and eventually hate your sport. And so it's really interesting.
Yeah, and for sure, I think when it goes less, when you are not making any more result, or you feel bad, like your level, I think it's really, like you said, like to lose the motivation, it's dangerous.
Yeah. It's because when you go onto the game, you just switch off from everything. You're really like engrossed on the game. How can you win in that game? And you're just calling out comms and that.
It's true. Really, you're like inside, and when you're dead, you scream also.
Okay, let's go back to sports psychology. I could talk about gaming all night, but one question I wanted to ask you. So have you ever worked with a mental coach or sports psychologist before in your career?
No, actually, I've never worked. I tried to work, like one lesson I took or something like that, but I felt like I didn't need really. Like I felt for myself that, okay, at some moments I know what I have to do, and I was good, like also putting pressure of me, but now when after Tokyo, I realized, okay, I'm not actually so good at it. So I think maybe for this for the pressure itself, maybe I will take contact with one psychology coach, and to help me with this, because it was really affected me.
Yeah. It's class that you can identify where you need to improve and that you're seeking out help, because a sports psychologist will definitely be able to help you with that coping with pressure during those moments. And now that COVID's over, you're going to be able to implement that routine again in between shots.
Yeah,
exactly. But I think it's also not easy to find, the thing that you really have to work on. I don't know. So now, okay, I had this experience, but if you don't have, I think it's hard to find really the things that you need, I think.
And one thing we always say, Oliver and I, is that sports psychology, you don't always need it when there's a problem. Like, it's our brain is like a muscle as well. It's like going to the gym. You need to exercise your brain, and be prepared for those difficult moments. So, but also not all athletes need sports psychologists. That's important to recognize also. If you if you can handle it and do it successfully, then props to you. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw it out there.
No, but you're right, and I think some athletes also really need it to have someone where they can lean on, and they help them, and
even to just help them disconnect. Sometimes it's just, and I know sports psychologists who they meet every week, just have a chat, update on life, see how they're getting on, and it's just a chat. I suppose my psychologist is my mum. I just always ring her every day just to chat, and that helps me keep on track of myself and my problems that I have. So it's so important.
Okay.
It's really interesting also, being in the position of an athlete, having that third party, someone that's not in your camp, so not your coach, but then also not your parents, having someone that's really out of everything, who has no biases to the responses, is really important, and I think athletes find that helpful, having someone that's got nothing to do with anything but just there to listen and help out. So
this is true. But also I think you also need this trust with the psychology, this connection also, I think, and to find really this, I think it's also not easy for an athlete, I think, to find the right one, because you can have so many good psychologies, but if it's not the one where you feel good, it's I don't know.
100%.
It's very important having that connection. But also I would say, don't get discouraged if I'm talking generally speaking, but if an athlete doesn't find that connection, they shouldn't be discouraged, to not go on to find another sports psychologist, because there's always someone there, there's always someone that you can connect to. So it's just
everyone's
trial
got a different
and error.
style. Everyone's got a different style, and different styles will work for different people. So it's important to identify. But outside of sport, you say you're studying for a degree. So what is that degree, and how much do you value education?
So now I'm studying finance and insurance. Normally it's one bachelor, one professional bachelor. It's normally it's 3 years, and then I could choose if I want to make 1 year to master, but I think I will just keep it with the bachelor. And so now I finished 1 year and a half. So if I finish one more half year, I did my first year in 2 years actually. So I have 4.5 years more to go actually.
Okay. What are your future aspirations with that?
What?
What are your future?
Future. Okay. I think in the future, I think it's really important to have something else. That's why I'm studying, to have one diploma. There's something I can lean up. For example, if I have one injury, or I don't know, I don't like to play anymore table tennis, that I can still work. But for the moment, I just try to combine this. And after, when I finish my studies, I will keep on going by playing table tennis, because as a table tennis athlete, normally you are on your top end of 20, beginning of 30 years old. So I think I will just continue playing table tennis. And after, maybe if something goes, or when I have one injury, I'm not able anymore to play, then maybe I will go and do something with this diploma, go to work, find something, and
Okay.
For sure.
Well, in terms of all the questions that we had for you, they were all the questions. But we ask our audience on social media if they've got any questions for you. So this is a segment where we just go one for one, asking those questions and getting your answers. Okay.
Okay.
So the first one is, are you finding it easy to balance your studies with being a professional athlete?
Yeah, it's really not easy. I can tell you. So I'm lucky, like I said, like that I can take the half of the credit points. But you also need the motivation, you know, like you go to school, practice school, and then you eat, and you make some physical training, and after you have to take your books and really start to studying. And I can tell you, some days you really don't want to because you are so tired of like all day being like so busy. And then yeah, the thing that you don't want to do then it's like studying, you know, you want to play games or go out with your friends. And yeah, those are really hard moments. And yeah, you really need to push yourself through it to really take your books and start, because otherwise you feel bad, you know.
Massive respect to you for grinding.
Yeah, thank you. It's not always easy, you know.
Yeah.
It's not always easy, but yeah, otherwise you will I regret afterwards if I don't do it, you know.
Yeah.
Then maybe I have to study one more year. I already have 6 years, you know, so I want to finish in 4.5 years maximum, you know.
Yeah,
so.
I understand. Okay, so the second question was, how do you handle stress?
Yeah, so normally I handle stress really good, but okay, now in Tokyo it is not so good. But normally I handle like I put myself so less pressure. For example, I go to competition and I just say like, okay, just play without any expectations. Like, okay, this one is also good, I can lose, and then I just play my match without any. I will not say I have to win this match. Just play, and then at the end we will see. Because then you play your best table tennis. And I think when you play good table tennis, you also play your best level, and you have more chance to win, actually. So, yeah.
The third one is, it's obviously from a big fan. Would you ever start a YouTube channel?
Who've ever started a YouTube channel? I think I'm not so good at it, making really content, you know. So I think maybe in the future, we don't know, you know. But I think for the moment, I don't want to make this YouTube channel. And also I think you have also to put really a lot of time in it, you know. You have to edit all the videos, and I think at the moment also with my studies I don't have really the time for it. So I just try to focus now more on my sports side and my table tennis, sports side and studies, I mean.
Yeah. It's becoming quite a common thing, athletes having like they just take us through like their weekly vlog of their training, their competitions, and it's quite a cool insight. I've seen that Tom Daly's doing one at the moment, of him taking us around the Olympics and things like that. So it could be something for the future.
Yeah, exactly. I think the audience also will like if you take them throughout your day, because they don't see what you do all day, you know. And I think it could be nice, but at the moment, I don't know.
Hard
maybe
work.
You know, maybe.
Yeah.
I will think.
Now we understand. Okay, so the last question was, if you could live in any country, where would it be?
Who in every country where it will be? You know, I was one time in Cook Islands. You know, it was like one island. It's like between America and New Zealand. You know, and I think if I can live there, it's like a small island. You are there on your own. Like I think you will know every people there and just enjoy. You know, the nice view and everything. Yeah.
Nice.
There might not be Wi-Fi for gaming though, so are you sure?
Yeah, they had Wi-Fi. You know, they had Wi-Fi. They had it, yeah.
Maybe not as good, but.
First thing
it's okay, but then I have to take this. Yeah, read it.
Perfect.
Okay, but they were all the questions we had from the audience, and that we thank you so much for coming on. I really enjoyed it. Normally during this sort of moment is when I give the guest the moment to shout themselves out, anything that they've got going on. All your socials will be in the description of the YouTube video. So if there's anything you want to shout out, here's your chance.
Okay, I want to thank everyone who asked the question, who showing interest in me, and also to all the one who follows me throughout my career, and really thankful to them.
Okay, spot on.
Top lad.
All right, so we hope you enjoyed this episode. If you could please share this with your friends or someone you would feel will benefit from it. Most importantly, like, subscribe, comment down below any questions or guests you'd like us to get on in the future. Also, go follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Links will be in the description of the YouTube video. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.